All right. Back on the horse. Good day, everybody. It's Monday, March 7th, 2022. Trying to get all my software, my computers all running properly. Um, yeah, it's a good day. All right, let's dive into the headlines. A lot of stuff going on, a lot of stuff to try to keep up with. And I thought this was very interesting. I want to bring this to your guys' attention. So, the Clinton Global and tentative reactivated after long hiatus. So, what does that mean? Well, former President Bill Clinton said that the CGI, which is the Clinton Global Initiative, will be making its comeback to address the many challenges facing the world today, the climate change, to Russia's invasion of Ukraine, and to the corona sickness and pandemic. It goes further to say that in the last 5 years, they've seen a huge need for um, their group to get back involved into the world as we know it. And my concern is this a grab for them? Is this an opportunity for them to go out there and you know what I'm talking about? A grab of the little people. I got to watch what I say here. Are they going to go into the Ukraine? Are they going to go into some of the surrounding countries where there's refugees and kids fleeing and parents fleeing and all this stuff? Are they going to be there? Because if they are, if their foundation is going to be there, man, that should throw up all kinds of red flags for each and every one of us because we know what these people are about, right? Major corporate sponsors are Coca-Cola, Barclays, Goldman Sachs, Blackstone Group. We talk about that one quite a bit. The Blackstone. We talk about State Street. We talk about Vanguard. These are all sponsors of the Clinton Foundation. These are the people that we're fighting against. And they are sponsoring people like the Clintons, but yet people still shop at Walmart. People still buy their products. And, that's why I created lwnfliptheswitch.com is to combat these people. These are the people that you're fighting against, the Clinton Foundation, the Bill Gates, the George Soros of the world. You guys really need to make the switch and make the shift with the rest of us. So there's a lot of people signing up now, and we're fighting back. We're fighting these monsters, $1 at a time. So if you guys want to join the team, then that's why I created lwnfliptheswitch.com. All right, let's move on to the next headline. The next headline is the trucker convoy that's rolling into DC in the Beltway. Right? The People's Convoy. Have you guys been paying attention to that? So they are now in the DC area and it says they're rolling out to drive around DC Beltway. So the great thing is it sounds like they're not going inside of DC. They're going to stay outside of DC. I know there was a lot of concerns on that. A lot of people worried about them going inside the border of DC, but it sounds like they're going to be just going outside of DC on Interstate 495, a 64-mile loop that surrounds the nation's capital, covering Maryland, DC, and Virginia. The convoy is estimated now to be several hundred trucks and over 1,000 other vehicles, including RVs. So it's starting to build. I know I read something this morning where there was other pieces of that convoy that were meeting up and heading that direction as well. Now, we talked about that several times here on the show, and we're concerned that they're in DC, and we feel, at least I feel, that they would be better served if they would focus on blue state capitals and not be in DC right now. The red states, not such a concern of mine, but the blue states, absolutely. I think they need to be in those blue states surrounding those capitals and having their voices be heard. So keep an eye on that, folks. This is just really starting to unfold. I think there's a long way yet to go with this convoy, and I have no doubt that the current administration will do everything in their power, just like the Canadian PM did, to try to destroy their voices and not allow them to be heard. All right, let's move on to the next headline. Blinken. NATO countries have, quote, end quote, green light to send fighter jets to the Ukraine. Now, why is this important? Well, the Secretary of State Anthony Blinken said Sunday on CBS Face the Nation that the United States has given the green light to NATO countries who have wanted to provide fighter jets to the Ukraine. But Russia warned countries offering airfields to the Ukraine that they would be entering into the ongoing conflict. What does that mean? What does that mean, folks? Now, we talked about it here a couple of times. I've been gone for a week, but are we entering W3? Because once these other NATO countries get involved, what does that mean for Russia? Are they going to make strategic moves? And I'm not a military expert here. I'm just thinking out loud here. Are they going to make military moves, chess moves, to counteract NATO? And if that's the case, is there anybody else that's going to jump in the fight? Is there going to be allies for Russia? Mainly, my concern would be China. I'm just being honest with you. China. Are they going to make a move on Taiwan? We already know that since this conflict started, even before the conflict started, that China has been sending over fighter jets, refuelers, all kinds of aircraft over Taiwan's airspace, and that's been a concern of mine. I've been paying attention to it. So now America gives NATO the green light to send NATO country fighters over into Ukraine and help them with air support. Keep an eye on that, folks. All right, here's something else that popped up because of this. Turkey using Ukraine war to excuse to claim Greek islands. What does that mean? Well, Russia is invading Ukraine for all kinds of reasons. We know the reasons that are put out there, whether you believe white hat, black hat, whatever. But it's also going to absorb, in my opinion, certain landmarks there in Ukraine for Russia. And now Taiwan is a target, in my opinion, for China. But now we've got the islands off of Greece here that are looks like people are starting to fight over that stuff, and they have been for a little while here. So Greece's government has exploited political turmoil caused by Ukraine's latest war with Russia to attack Turkey in recent days. Turkish Defense Minister Akbar Akkar alleged on Wednesday, referring to the Algerian island dispute between Athens and Ankara, that kicked off last week during Turkey violated Greek airspace above some of the inlets in question. So what they did, just so you guys know, is they sent over some F-16 fighters. A pair of Turkish F-16 jets flew over the inlets at about 20,000 feet. Now, that doesn't seem like a lot. Most commercial airlines fly at about 30 to 36,000. Okay, so 20,000 is obviously below that. But then 3 minutes after 10 a.m., a second pair of fighter jets flew over the sea inlets at 11,000 feet. So they came down quite a bit. Anyway, very concerning stuff for me personally. Are other countries starting to make certain moves, and is this going to turn into something we don't want it to turn into? I don't know. Just something I thought I'd bring to your attention. All right, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Buckle up. Here we go. All right, U.S. crude soars above $130 a barrel. Now, I spent a decade in the oil fields in Wyoming and North Dakota. I made a lot of money working in the oil fields. This is concerning to me. This is something that is not organic in nature, as far as the price of crude going up because of supply and demand, and everything's booming and everything's going crazy. This is inflation. And so this is concerning to me here. This is caused by, well, ignorance, not even ignorance, but a plan from the current administration. As soon as they took office, day one, shut down the Keystone Pipeline and just completely destroyed our energy independence. And you got to ask yourself, why? Why did they do this? Okay, the price of oil surged on Sunday evening, putting pressure on the gasoline prices and inflation. West Texas um, futures and the U.S. benchmark rose as high as $130.50 a barrel before retreating to 123.09. The WTI's highest price since 1983 was 143.67 in 2008. Adjusted for inflation, that would be $186.73 right now. That's how high that would be. Brent crude futures and global benchmark trade as high as $139.13 on Sunday evening. By 8:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Brent was down to 126.30. Oil prices have risen on fears of full embargo against Russian oil, which accounted for about 10% of the global supply before the invasion of Ukraine, as well as in many markets, are refusing to bid, ship, and upload Russian oil, pushing the demand for other resources. A Russian benchmark known as Urals has traded at a steep discount to Brent over the past week. So Russia is actually trying to offload a lot of their oil right now. And because of the embargoes and the restrictions and the sanctions, it's put a hurt on them, and so now they're trying to counter-react by flooding the market at low prices. Now, I played this game for 10 years, and it's not a good game to be in. It causes a lot of issues. The national average for a gallon of gasoline has skyrocketed to $4 and the highest average in nearly 14 years. Okay, I was in southern Idaho. I went all the way down to Oklahoma and came back. I paid fuel prices were about 336 a gallon up to 369 a gallon. I get back to Idaho, 369 a gallon up to 399 a gallon in southern Idaho. So it bounced up 20, 30 cents while I was gone for 1 week. And I've seen it as high as $4.15, where I normally pay for fuel, which is about an hour south of here, $4.15 a gallon. All right, I said buckle up. So the next headline is national gas price average reaches $4 per gallon for the first time since 2008. It's the highest it's been in 14 years. The national average is 40 cents, has jumped 40 cents since last week, and 57-cent increase since just a month ago. The AAA reports on March 6th last year, price average was $2.70 a gallon nationally. The national average is the highest it's been since July of 2008. CNBC reports that the month of gas price averages maxed out at $4.11, which is an all-time record. So buckle up. Here's some more. States on the West Coast and in the Northeast are seeing the highest gas prices in the country. On Sunday, AAA pinned California average gas prices at $5.28 a gallon, while neighboring states, including Washington, Oregon, and Nevada, all had an average prices of over $4.40 a gallon. Now, why am I bringing this up to you guys? I'm bringing this up to you because the fuel prices are skyrocketing right now, which means food prices are going to skyrocket. Just telling you. Don't believe me? That's fine. But I'm telling you right now, with these fuel costs, the supply chain is going to be paying more, which means they're going to have to charge retailers more, which means retailers are going to turn around and they're going to charge you more. Be prepped, folks. Be prepared. We've talked about it here on this show for a year now. And if you're not prepared, you better get prepared real quick. I had a conversation with my parents this morning. We're going down this week to gather up seeds for the garden, a greenhouse. We're going to have a big garden this year. We're talking about canned goods, beans, rice, just some things that we know that we can afford to prepare for just in case food prices are so expensive at the grocery store that we can't afford them. Or worse, hysteria kicks in, chaos kicks in, and there's nothing to buy on the shelves. All right. I don't know. You guys do what you want. I'm going to talk about a little bit of that tonight on the show. If you guys want to join me later tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you're welcome to. All right. Last headline of the day. Boy, you can't even make this stuff up. So reports say that Joe Biden is seeking oil deal with socialist Venezuela, Russia's best friend. So you take America out at the kneecaps there, Joe. You kill the Keystone Pipeline. You revoke a lot of drilling permits in North Dakota, Texas, and across the United States, where we were at one time energy independent. And we actually were exporting our oil and gas because we had so much. To now, you're going to go to Venezuela and you're going to beg for more oil? Are you kidding me? That's what the article reads. He has sent a delegation down to Venezuela asking them for more crude because he wants to block Putin from supplying the world with any kind of energy. So America's hurting right now. So we're going to start buying our energy from Venezuela. Now, a lot of people are saying, finish the Keystone Pipeline, go back to drilling. I absolutely agree with you guys 100%. But I'm telling you right now, this is the gateway into the Great Reset. They are not going to do it. They are counting on all these high prices and inflation to usher in the Great Reset, the one world order. I'm telling you right now, if you don't believe it, man, do some more homework, do some more research because it's out there, man. It is right in front of our face and it's on our front porch. So that's the headline hits for today, folks. I hope you have a great day, and we'll see you back here later this evening at 8 Eastern, 6 Central, 6 Mountain Time, right here, LWN, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Love y'all. Have a great day.